everyone. Oh. Hey, Dylan.
I'm struggling.
What's on your mind, man? You've got the hood on. That can't be good.
Take
He's
it down, man.
moping in with his hood on.
Aw.
I'm not mopey often,
I'm
but
not mobile. Only when it matters.
my family's gone.
Oh, your family left you?
They're out of town for 4 days,
Where
so I'm just at the house by myself.
Oh,
It's why are we laughing
Aw,
at
I feel bad
I'm
for
laughing
him.
because of my friend Chris, who just keeps going, oh.
me? Yeah, it's no fun.
What do
They're having fun without me.
Well, what are you doing?
Man, I have a giant to-do list that I'm working on. Things that I can't get done very quickly when kids are at home.
Well, that kind of
So-
sounds like fun. Like you got
Honestly, I
stuff
do
going
kind of
on.
like that part.
Yeah.
But then it's like when the sun is going down. It's like, oh
when
no,
the sun goes
What do
down.
I do now?
yeah. And I have to just turn something on the TV
That
so there's some
lonesome
noise.
feeling comes to my door and the whole world turns blue. You guys know that
Oh,
song?
I did not enjoy.
Neon Moon. You guys know that song?
I don't know.
It's a
Is it
country
a-
song.
Hey,
It
who
talks
sings
about being
it?
lonely. I don't know.
Is it
You
like-
should leave it to them.
Yeah, comment what song that is.
I thought
Sorry.
it was gonna be a Deco.
That was like a middle
Oh,
school roast.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Well,
Tough.
Anywho, yeah, kind of lonely.
kind of.
It's a weird feeling.
Do you
Going
feel
home.
lonely? Okay, Dylan,
Yes.
you're lonely right now.
Yeah.
Is loneliness something you would say you struggle with often? You've wrestled with before? Let's get vulnerable. Let's get vulnerable here.
Lean
Is
in.
it something that you've experienced, or would you say you're pretty like lack of lonely person? I don't know how to word that.
I have felt not like bad lonely, but
Okay.
as I look back on my life, I'm like, most of the environments I've been in, I didn't feel like I just perfectly fit in there.
Interesting.
Like even in high school, like I was on the football team. I didn't really hang out with any of the football guys. I always hung out with the basketball guys.
That's
or
interesting.
at church, by the end of my time in high school, I was like the only athlete left. I
Yeah.
didn't really like my friends weren't there anymore. And I mean, golly, how'd you get us to this, Delaney? Even coming to work here initially, I was in a new city. Rachel was working on her master's degree at the time, so she was Monday through Wednesday. She was in Cleveland, and so I was just here by myself in a horrendous apartment that was just empty and bare. And I was our pastor's assistant, so I was with our lead team all the time, which was awesome. But they're all like a decade plus older than me,
Yeah.
so I didn't have like staff friends either.
Right.
You're like, I feel lonely.
So yeah, I've been surrounded by people, but always been like, do I fit in here?
Yeah.
So
Chris?
I
Yeah.
mean, no, I definitely deal with loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
I've had days where I go like, let's say I have a Saturday and like I don't have any plans. Emily's out of town, like she's at a gig or something, like out of state, and I needed to stay back for some reason. I can have a Saturday where I do literally nothing. Maybe I'm not like rotting on my phone all day, but I'm just like, I mean, I'm dragging my feet, and I don't know. I just sometimes can't get myself going throughout the day,
Yeah.
and it kind of sucks. So I think
Can
it's
we
a
say
really
sucks?
important
I realized
topic
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
I
about
didn't know if that was.
what is it?
He said, can he
We
say
have to
the
put
word
the
sucks?
explicit tag on our.
Why?
He's kidding.
Oh,
He said it sucks. And so he said, can we
sorry.
say that?
joking.
It stinks.
Stinker.
But yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
like a really good topic to talk about because I think there's a lot of young adults that will kind of just be all by themselves at times or feel like, I think the really key here is like they feel like they're all alone. And depending on what they do with that time when they are lonely, will determine kind of the fruit that comes from it.
What's interesting though is loneliness is so real. I mean, I've definitely struggled with loneliness. I grew up moving a lot, would walk in being the new kid all the time. Middle school got bullied. So rude. But I got bullied because I came into this new school, big personality. People are like, we don't like this girl. And so I like went through that and I was like, nobody likes me. And then went through this phase of, okay, maybe I like me. So maybe that's okay. Got some friends. But then still, I think the weird thing about loneliness is loneliness can even take place when you're in a room full of people. Like
Yes,
it's not physically
it's true.
being alone. It's this feeling of like nobody really sees me. And that's one thing that I've really wrestled with. I think I've been in places before where just because you're outgoing, people assume you're not lonely. And some of the seasons of my life have been in the loudest rooms where I'm constantly surrounded by people and things. But internally, I'm just like, nobody really sees
Yeah.
me. Nobody really knows me. Nobody really cares that I'm in this room.
Mhm.
Just this feeling of like, nobody even knows. Like, nobody even cares.
Just being so
And
hard on yourself.
It's kind of funny that we ended up working together because we're so opposite.
we are so opposite.
I will be in rooms wondering, like feeling a little bit alone in my thoughts because I'm so quiet at times.
yeah.
And even did this not a personality test. What do you call Working Genius?
Yeah.
An assessment of your work tendencies. And I was the only one on our team of 20-something people, 20-ish people that was a wonderer.
Mm.
I was like, oh man, it's kind of funny because now they call me the Wonder Boy, but also, why am I the only one who
Yeah.
wonders?
Hey,
Uh,
I'm Wonder.
Oh,
Aw.
great.
I'm
I
not.
found my other person.
See, but
Yeah.
it's interesting because I think loneliness isn't just based off like it's not like, oh, you're single so you're lonely. Like
Right.
I
Right.
like have been in stages where my friends that are in relationships or married or whatever, like they're lonely too. And it's not just I'm not hanging out with people, because I think there's this misconception of, oh my gosh, you have community, so you're not lonely.
Yeah.
And loneliness to me is just this feeling of like I don't feel seen, or like I feel isolated
Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form, or literally I'm just not around people, which is lonely too. I don't know. I just wanted to preface with that because I think there's this instant like, oh, okay, I have people in my life, so I'm not lonely. And it's like that's just
True.
not necessarily the case.
Yeah. Something I was thinking about too is like, I think most people have some sort of community available to them, especially if you're a believer. I don't think the Lord's ever going to put you in a season where you're literally alone, like where you have no one around you for very long, because we're called to fellowship. So part of me wonders, like, whenever I came from Indiana to Nashville, Tennessee, I mean, my wife and I, we didn't know anybody but ourselves. So
Yeah.
it was this interesting comparison of like, yeah, we have each other, but are we really, one, putting in the effort to find that community in the first place? Because immediately when I came to Nashville, I was just comparing everyone to the friends that I had back home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't really want to hang out with anybody because I didn't have the same relationship with them that I had with the people that I knew for a decade. And so I would talk to people, like if we're at lunch, I'll talk to people, but I never was like, I'm going to go out of my way to make plans with that person,
Mhm.
because they could never live up to the expectations that I had for a friend that I've known for a long time.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't really allow them in. So I created my own loneliness. And I'm curious how you guys feel about that. Like, you can set yourself up for being
Yeah.
lonely, and you think you want to be downtrodden on yourself, but the reality is it's your own doing. And I wonder how many people deal with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be self-inflicted loneliness. Like you can be an Eeyore and we might need to say to you, hey, you just need to get out of your apartment
Yeah.
Yeah.
and go meet some
Go
people.
touch some grass.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go touch some grass. Be friends
Gen
with the
Z term.
grass. Yeah.
Gen Z millennial shake hands.
Yeah.
I'm a wonder too.
Yeah, there you could be in a spot where it's, man, yeah, you just need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try to make some friendships. That could be the loneliness you're in,
Yeah.
but
There's
And-
a lot of different types.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, there's so many weird types of loneliness. Like, you get out of a relationship. There's this loneliness of a person that was there isn't there anymore, and so it's like, oh, I have to like rewire my brain, or
ooh, and if they start dating somebody else,
oh, let's
Ooh.
just not even go down that
Okay,
road.
sorry.
Like, we've
We
all
can
been
stop.
there.
Or
Okay.
your friends have kids. and they
Okay,
can't
now
hang
this
out
is
as
being
often.
this is hurtful. Okay,
Oh.
no, but okay, this is a real thing. I'll say it. I wasn't gonna say it,
Oh,
but
here it
yes,
comes.
we got her.
yeah, he tricked
Explicit.
me, duped. But recently I had like an overwhelming feeling of loneliness, and it was on a Tuesday night. Sorry, which is our young adult
Wow.
gathering night.
Dang.
And I had like this moment where basically in the night I was like struggling with like there was something on my mind. I was thinking through it, and I'm surrounded by people, like literally surrounded by people of like, oh my gosh. And I'm about to turn 30. We don't need to talk about it. But my brain is a little bit like, yeah, Chris, giggle all you want. You stinker.
Hey, it's
But-
not so bad. I'm more than
not so
halfway through the
bad.
30s. It's great.
That's true.
As I'm over here sobbing. Okay, yeah. I love 30. It's 30 and thriving or whatever.
You know what they say about 3?
What?
I don't know.
Okay,
I thought maybe you
continuing.
We've taken a turn.
Continuing.
Finish your thought.
No, but I was in the spot of, oh man, like kind of all day I had been in this place of my life just doesn't look the way that I thought it was going to. at this point because we naturally put like timelines on ourselves.
Yeah,
And
sure.
when we don't meet them, it's like really overwhelming sometimes. And basically I was like really in my head about this situation and that in general and some specific ones. And that night, my like friend called me and was like, "We're pregnant." And I was like, yes. And this is really vulnerable. Like, it's just this hard reality. And I just like had this moment of I felt so lonely because it was like nobody feels what I'm feeling. And that's not true. Like, here's me speaking truth to Delaney from a couple weeks ago. That's not true. You're not the only one feeling that. But the enemy loves to be like, it's just you. Just you feels that way. Just you has experienced that. The enemy loves to make us feel unique, but we're really not unique. Like, this experience of being like, I'm single and like kind of feel sad about this, and my friend being like, I'm having a baby, and that feeling of, oh, I feel left out. Like, that's not unique. And I'm not saying that in a mean way to myself, but it's like, there are people around me that can relate to me.
Yeah, the enemy wants you to feel unique in your burdens.
Yep.
And alone. And God wants us to feel unique in our calling.
And
like there's a whole perspective.
what's
shift
crazy
on that.
too is
Clip
like
that.
the Lord has sprinkled people around me to encourage me in this season.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's a lady on staff. Her name's Jenny. I love you, Jenny.
Shout out Jenny.
Shout out Jenny. I'll send her this. She'll love it. And like this Christmas, she came up to me and was like, "Hey, it's lonely. Is it lonely right now?" And I was like, "What do you mean, Jenny? I'm standing here with all these people." And she's like, "Holidays, they're lonely, huh?" And I was like, I feel fucked. How would you?
crying.
I'm,
Way to go,
I'm
Jenny.
over here
And
like
I'm crying.
handing out
Yeah.
stickers to kids. Like, I'm like, Jenny, I'm thriving. But it was like the Lord gave
Wow.
her the discernment to see through my
Jeez.
facade of like, I'm thriving, Jenny, I'm thriving. She's like, I need to tell you, I was like you. Like, I didn't get married till I was 32. I remember holidays being so lonely because you're surrounded by people, but yet your mind feels like it's just you, or like nobody sees you because you don't have a +1. And she's like, it's just not true. Like, I see you right now. And like, I'm honored to be standing here with you. And I literally was like, and then like our like team lead, Julie, comes up to me and she goes, "The Lord told you." I was like, well, okay, thanks, Julie. But it was like this sweet moment. She literally like smacked me on the
Smacked you.
arm and kept going by. But she's like, the Lord wanted to remind you of that.
Yeah.
And she saw you, and the enemy wants us to feel isolated. Nobody sees you. Nobody understands what you're going through. And even like doing this right now, my mind's like, oh, I don't want to label myself the single sad girl, because that's not true. Like, I love my life and I'm really thankful for my life. And I don't want to always talk about singleness, but I know so many people are in it and they're in that trench of like, nobody understands, especially in your 20s where we talked about social media recently, where it's like you're consuming all this content saying that you're left out. But the enemy is not slick. He is sneaky. He's not slick. He wants you to feel isolated. That is a great tactic, is to get people to be like, you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gets you. Nobody hears you. Nobody sees you. And that's just such a lie.
Yeah, I think it's really important for the single person to hear the two of us talking about, not that far in the past, we've had feelings of loneliness too, to remind you, finding a boyfriend or girlfriend, finding a spouse doesn't necessarily, it fills one hole, but it may not totally do away with loneliness in your life.
Contentment, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
seriously, there will always, if you're looking for it, you'll find a hole in your life and it'll make you feel separated from everybody and lonely all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think, once I have this thing, I won't be lonely anymore.
Mhm.
If you're looking for the wrong things, bro, you're not gonna find it.
And it's just dangerous too if like you
Ever.
put this hope of like, this person's gonna complete me and everything in
Yeah.
my life will click into place and I'll never feel lonely again. Because then the enemy's gonna use that when you're in a relationship to be like, they don't see you right now. Lonely, huh? And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's never gonna end. But it's this, like, you're gonna struggle with loneliness. I remember, I think it was my sister was telling me, she's like sitting there rocking a baby and she's like, I feel so lonely because all my friends are out there having fun with each other and I'm holding
Yes.
this baby. And so it's like in every stage, then people go through, like, they lose a spouse or you get older and you don't work anymore and you're not around people. Like, every stage in our life, we have to wrestle with this. And it's this simple but always true fact of like, the Lord is enough and the Lord is near. And that's not what we want to hear, because we're like, I want this immediate approval that I'm seen. I want someone to make me feel seen every moment of the day. And yes, things like community and spouses and work and coworkers, like those things are great, but nothing is going to make you feel seen like the Lord.
Yeah.
No one is going to make you feel seen like the Lord or cared for like the Lord. And that might not be what people want to hear, because it's this like, but he's not standing right in front of me. But it's like, but his
Yeah.
spirit dwells within you. So like, is it enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's potential for loneliness at every stage of life.
Yes.
Every day, every moment, every
Yeah.
hour.
So how do we keep from going down that trail? How do we keep ourselves from
Tough.
feeling the loneliness?
Well, let's talk about what we feel when we're lonely
whoa.
and
Lonely.
see what is the remedy. And it's spoiler, it's probably going to come from God. But like, what's the thing that you feel when you're lonely? Or what are the symptoms of it?
Mhm.
And then how do we remedy that? Does
Good.
that make sense? Like, so for me, I think, Chris, I feel lonely right now. Usually that means I feel unproductive.
Mm.
So one of the first things that I do is I go and I make a list of things that I want to do today. And whenever I begin to do something that makes me feel productive, it makes me feel like I have purpose and that I have guidance on what I'm going to do with my time.
Mm.
That's me.
When does Dylan feel lonely?
I mean,
What are your symptoms?
if I'm honest, I don't feel a lot of loneliness at this point in
Praise
my
God.
life.
Praise
Yeah, I'm really thankful for that.
why don't you?
Oh,
Well, for one, because I have a good spouse who I feel seen by,
Mhm.
and I always have that to fall back on.
Mhm.
Right.
And it's exactly what you just said. I think are two remedies to loneliness that we've talked about so far. For one, working on contentment, but finding purpose. Like
Mhm.
there's, again, having kids is part of this, but I mean, there's not a day that goes by that we don't have a baseball practice or something. And as soon as I go home,
You're too busy to be
There-
lonely, bro.
there's purpose there. There's purpose.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
And that purpose in raising my kids well, like I think you nailed it. That purpose can be a
Mhm.
major remedy to this. Like even if you realize that you're on a path that God wants you on, if you're fulfilling a purpose that God has put in your life, well, then you can trust Him with
Yeah.
the people
Yes.
that you've got around you too.
Mm-hmm. I also think setting up yourself for success, we've talked about like, why is the church necessary?
Mhm.
It's necessary because we need people to like walk with us through life. And when I feel lonely, a lot of the time mine is like I feel like misunderstood, or I feel like I'm not seen. Like, nobody gets me, or like, nobody's listening, or nobody cares. But what was sweet is that night where I was struggling, like I walked into leading a life group that night, and these girls were just laughing and telling me about their week. And like,
Perfect.
it's that moment where you're like,
Yeah.
okay, life is really good.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like life is really sweet. And we can sit here and laugh about ice cream and birds. And these were literal things we were laughing about. Who could know why? I won't tell you anyways. But we're just like laughing. And then we get to dive into the word together. And it was like
Yes.
a reminder of like, this is what really matters. And they're people that like I'm getting to look at face to face and say, oh, I love these people.
Yeah.
What a gift. And so when that loneliness creeps in, it's like I have these people built in. And
Yeah.
there's this sense of we need people like
Yes.
that. And I get that some people are like, my loneliness right now is coming from lack of community. But it's like Jenny Allen says, if you want to get good friends, you have to be willing to put yourself out there.
That's right.
You have to be willing to be vulnerable.
That's
And
huge.
you need to be a good friend.
Yes, you
Yes.
need to be a good friend to
Boom.
get good friends. You have to put yourself out there. And kind of what you were saying earlier, Chris, like some of our loneliness we've caused by isolating ourselves or not being willing to be hurt.
Yeah.
And it's like, how's the loneliness working out for you? Not great.
Right.
I've been there where it's like, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to have friends that don't last. But it's like the loneliness isn't great either. So like, are you putting yourself in spaces where when that loneliness hits, you're like, oh, look at all these people that love me.
And
this is so
yes.
great.
And you
The
hit the nail on
Jennies
the
that
head.
like see you and they're like, I can tell right now you're faking that you're loving what you're doing. And I did love what I was doing, but there was an internal narrative in my head of like, am I going to be handing out stickers to children every Christmas, or will one
Forever?
day I not be doing this?
Some scripture, like it was seriously the Lord that like both of you just said what you said. Like what I kind of heard through that, maybe like you have a certain takeaway. My takeaway of what you said was like when you're feeling lonely, a remedy for that is to fill others up and
Yeah.
to care for them. Like Hebrews 10, 24, 25. And let us consider one another in order to provoke love and good works, not neglecting to gather together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging each other, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Like, so when we fill each other up, when you're feeling lonely, a remedy for not feeling lonely is going out of your way to make someone else not feel lonely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like to me, like Jenny coming up to you, maybe she was feeling a little bit of that too. Like she came up to you and encouraged you. You found life in that and purpose. And
Yeah.
she also found purpose in being obedient to God to come up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And
Seriously.
it's sweet to look through the word, and the Psalms are just, I've talked about the Psalms before. I've said I have a favorite Psalm, which is true, I do. But Psalm 46 is the best, but that's not what we're talking about. But like throughout the Psalms, I love it because especially David is really keen to cry out like his loneliness to the Lord. And that's one thing I'm reminded of. Like the Lord is not frustrated if you feel lonely. Like he's not like, I'm near, so why do you feel lonely? Like David literally is like, God, like, why have you forsaken me? Like, Lord, why won't you incline your ear to me? Lord, why? And it's because he's feeling this immense loneliness.
Yeah.
And I love it because at the end, like even when he feels that loneliness, what reshapes his perspective is that he always ends in a posture of praise. Like he's like, Lord, like why haven't you inclined
Yeah.
your ear to me? Why haven't you heard me? Why are you so far from me? At the end, he'll always be like, but yet I still praise you.
And he's talking to God.
Yes, just talking to him.
Remedy, talk to God. He's always there. Like, and
thought.
you don't feel it when you start. It's like, why am I doing this? Okay, God, please, I need some peace. I need some patience. And as you continue, like that psalm goes
Yeah.
on and on and on. Like, why God? Why God? But like, even in your frustration, just talk to God about it. Like you being in your mind is basically you talking to the enemy instead of God. So pick the latter, you know?
Yep.
That feels huge to me.
Yeah.
David talked to God.
I can't remember if it's. Golly, I'm going to
Do
butcher
you need
this.
to look?
Well, yes, but it's too big of a book.
Oh, no.
This one's small.
It's Elijah or Elisha, I believe.
Oh no.
Golly,
I'm
What's-
scared.
what
I'm going to
happens?
sound really terrible.
What
on
happens?
this one.
I can do
What
that.
But he's been
happens?
doing
Press the
great
button.
things for God. God's been using him, and then all of a sudden, why can I not think of who this is right now?
Just keep going. Keep going.
But he's got people after him that are persecuting him, and he's telling God, he's crying out to God like, God, I'm the only one out here even trying to follow you anymore,
Yeah.
and he's ready to die. And God's response to him is like, you're not alone. Like I got so
Yeah.
many people in this city who are also doing this, and
There's a lot
He-
of examples like that in the Bible too.
yes, he was putting himself in the loneliness. He was living a life of just woe is me. I'm the only one trying to do anything
Yeah.
productive with my life. And God's like, that's not true.
That's just not it.
Like you need to open your eyes and see the people that are around you. And man, I'm still thinking about just if you want good friends.
You got to work for
Is
them.
this too early for our TLDR?
No.
I was thinking, man, if you want quality friendships, then you've got to be a quality friend. Like
Mhm.
if you're I don't know if this is harsh or not. If you feel like you have a lack of friends right now, well, man, examine yourself. Be like, am I fun to be around? Or am I
Yeah.
what are my interactions with people like? What type of interactions do I bring to other people? Am I constantly complaining about something? Is it drama when I'm around? Check yourself and make sure it's not you
Yeah.
that is the source of you not having close friendships.
Yeah.
Because I hope that's not the case, but it could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we
mean-
can probably all think of somebody right now who's like, yeah, I don't really care to hang out with them because I know what it's going to be like whenever I'm around them.
It's good.
Yeah.
TLDR?
I didn't mean
Yeah, I
to
was
force
doing
you
rock,
guys
paper,
into your
scissors, shoot.
TLDR. already,
No, I
I'm
think it's
sorry.
great. Oh, paper.
Okay, then you
Oh,
go.
and James says, draw near to God and God will draw near to you.
Oh, yeah.
Fire.
So, yeah. I
And
need y'all
Hebrews.
for used Bible verses, so I
Yeah,
figured
I
I
have
should use one.
Hebrew.
Yeah. My TLDR, I feel like, is like, you got to work for some things. And whenever you go out of your way to do something that makes you uncomfortable, more often than not, it's probably going to reduce the loneliness that you have. So
Yeah.
go work hard for your friends, talk to God, and go be productive
Mhm.
and go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
4 things are probably going to be really good for you.
Earlier, you were talking about when you first moved here and it was a struggle for a little bit to make friends. But now, from the outside looking in, you do have some really quality friendships.
Yeah. And you know what the crazy part is? And this is a great closer. The friends that I have now are infinitely greater than the friends that I had when I was in high school, because these people are watching out for me and they're caring for me and they're lifting me up.
Yep.
And so the same people that I was judging, saying you'll never amount to the friends that I had before, end up being the people that actually God had planned for me from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you lived here?
5 years.
Thank you. It takes time.
Oh yeah, in time. Give it time.
It doesn't. That stuff doesn't happen just overnight. Most likely, you got to put in some time and some effort.
Yep.
And those friendships will come.
And you can pray for God to bring people in your life who make you feel seen. Like, I think we forget that, like, we can pray for community. We can pray, like, Lord, like, I want people that see me for me, and I don't have to put on a facade, and I don't have to act perfect, but, like, they just see me. And I love, before I do my TLDR, Hebrews 13 verse 5 says, I will never leave you or abandon you. Like, that's the Lord saying, like, I will never leave or abandon you. And it's really easy to feel in some stages where we're stuck in grief, or we don't have good community, or we're going through heartbreak. Like, the Lord has left me here.
Yep.
And the Lord does not see me, or the Lord doesn't care. And that's the enemy's lies. Like, he wants you to feel alone and forgotten, but we're never forgotten by God. God's name is literally El Roy, the God who sees. And that means that, like, he always has his eyes on us. We're never alone. And that might not be, like, what we want to hear, because we want to hear, like, well, but, like,
Feel bad
I want
for
a
me.
friend.
Yeah.
Like, and we want to sit sometimes in the loneliness and be like, it is what it is. But my TLDR would be, don't believe the lies of the enemy. Like, loneliness doesn't last forever.
Yep.
And sometimes it's a season, and sometimes it's a mindset, and we have to put in some hard work to get out of it. But it's always worth it to find good community and people who look at you and say, no, you believe a lie? Not today.
Yeah, come on. That's
Not
good.
today. I see you
Love it.
right where you
Flip that.
are, and you're not doing it alone.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's really good.
What a closer.
That's
Good
a
job.
Tries.
benchmark.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay, well, see you guys later.
See ya.
Till next week.